So reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th canto, 9th chapter, verse number 20. So we saw till now. Yes, I'm sharing. So till now we saw that Dhruva Maharaj offered prayers to Krishna, and now Krishna is reciprocating. Krishna is speaking, right? He is replying to Dhruva Maharaj. So from yesterday's sloka we saw how Krishna is speaking. So today we'll continue 4.9.20 and 21. Jnanair adishtidam badra
ज्ञानेरधिष्ठितं भद्रा
यत्र जिष्णो ध्रुवक्षिति यत्र ग्रहर्स्कताराणाम् संचक्रमाहितम् ज्ञानेरधिष्ठितं भद्रा जिष्णो ध्रुवक्षिति यत्र गाहर्क्षतरणाम् चक्रमाहितम्
ज्योतिषं चक्रमाहितम्
ज्ञानेरधिष्ठितं भद्रा जिष्णो ध्रुवक्षिति यत्र ग्राहर्क्षतारणाम् ज्योतिषां चक्रमाहितम्. Anyone likes to chant?
Hare Krishna Mataji. Naner adishtitam bhadra yadbrajishno druvakshiti yatra graharkshataranam jyotisham chakramahitam. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Krishna Mataji. Nane adishtitam bhadra yadbrajishno druvakshiti yatra graharkshataranam jyotisham chakramahitam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Nanyer adishtitam patra yadbrajishno druvakshiti yatra grahyakshataranam jyotisam chakramahitam.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Nanyer adishtanam bhadra yadbrajishno druvakshiti yatra grahyakshataranam jyotisham chakramahitam. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Done? Okay. So there is a second verse also. 21. Medhyango chakravats stashno
Medhyango chakravats stashno
parastat kalpavashinam dharmo agni kashyapa shukro munayo ye vanaukashaha taranti dakshini kritya brahmanto yat satarkaha. So we'll see the synonyms first. Na, never, anye, by others, adishtitam, was ruled, Bhadra, my good boy, yet which, Brajishno, brightly glowing, Druvakshiti, the land known as Druvaloka, Yatra, where, Graha, planets, Riksha, constellations, Taranam, and the stars, Jyotisham, by luminaries, Chakram, encirclement, Ahitam is done, Medhyam, around a central pole, go of bulls, Chakra, a multitude, Vat, like, Stashno, stationary, Parastat, beyond, Kalpa, a day of Brahma, millennium, Vashinam, those who live, Dharmaha, dharma, Agnihi, Agni, Kashyapaha, Kashyapa, Shukraha, Shukra, Munayaha, great sages, ye, all of them who, Vana Okashaha, living in the forest, Charanti, move, Dakshini Kritya, keeping it to their right, Brahmanta, circumambulating, Yat, which planet, Sata Rakhaha, with all the stars. Translation. The Supreme Personality Godhead continued. My dear Dhruva, I shall award you the glowing planet known as the pole star, which will continue to exist even after the dissolution at the end of the millennium. No one has ever ruled this planet, which is surrounded by all the solar systems, planets, and stars. All the luminaries in the sky circumambulate this planet, just as bulls thread around a central pole for the purpose of crushing grains. Keeping the pole star to the right, all the stars inhabited by the great sages like Dharma, Agni, Kashyapa, and Shukra circumambulate this planet, which continue to exist even after the dissolution of all others. So, Preeti Mataji, can you read the purport?
Yes, Hare Krishna Mataji. Purport. Purport by Sri Sesi Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada, Prabhupada ki jai. Although the pole star existed before its occupation by Dhruva Maharaj, it had no predominating deity. Dhruva Loka, our pole star, is the center of all other pole stars, all other stars and solar systems, for all of them circle around Dhruva Loka just as a bull crushes grains by walking around and around a central pole. Dhruva wanted the best of all planets, and although it was a childish prayer, the Lord satisfied his demand. A small child may demand something from his father, which his father has never given to anyone else, yet, out of affection, the father offers it to the child. Similarly, this unique planet, Dhruvaloka, was offered to Maharaja Dhruva. The specific significance of this planet is that until the entire universe is annihilated, this planet will remain, even during the devastation which takes place during the night of Lord Brahma. There are two kinds of dissolutions, one during the night of Lord Brahma and one at the end of Lord Brahma's life. At the end of Brahma's life, selected personalities go back home, back to Godhead. Dhruva Maharaj is one of them. The Lord assured Dhruva that he would exist beyond the partial dissolution of this universe. Thus, at the end of the complete dissolution, Dhruva Maharaj would go directly to Vaikuntha Loka, to a spiritual planet in a spiritual sky. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura comments in this connection that Dhruva Loka is one of the lokas like Shvetadvipa, Mathura, and Dwaraka. They are all eternal places in the kingdom of Godhead, which is described in Bhagavad Gita, Tad Dhama Paramam, and in the Vedas, Om Tad Vishnuhu Paramam Padam Sada Pashyanti Surayaha. The words Parastat Kalpavasinam, transcendental to the planets inhabited after the dissolution, refer to the Vaikuntha planets. In other words, Dhruva Maharaja's promotion to the Vaikuntha Lokas was guaranteed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you, Mataji. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakya Chakshurmudam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manopishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Tadanti Swapatantikam Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimade Bhaktivedanta Swamini Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyati Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. 4th canto 9th chapter verse number 20 and 21. Jnaner adishtitam badra yat brajishno druvakshiti yatra graharkshakartaranam jyotisham chakramahitam medyam go chakravatstashno parastad kalpavashinam dharmo agni kashyapa shukro munayo ye vanaukashaha charanti dakshini kritya brahmananto yat satarvakaha. Translation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead continued, My dear Dhruva, I shall award you the glowing planet known as the pole star, which will continue to exist even after the dissolution at the end of the millennium. No one have ever ruled this planet, which is surrounded by all the solar system, planets and stars. All the luminaries in the sky circumambulate this planet, just as bull thread around a central pole for the purpose of crushing grains. Keeping the pole star to the right, all the stars inhabited by the great sages like Dharma, Agni, Kashyapa and Shukra circumambulate this planet, which continue to exist even after the dissolution of all others. So Dhruva Maharaj is given a pole star. No? What is that called as? The pole star which Dhruva Maharaj is going to get?
Dhruvaloka.
Dhruvaloka. And where is this Dhruvaloka?
In between.
Not material world.
Not exactly. Material world. So that means Dhruva Maharaj is not going to go back to Godhead.
It is above the Brahman Loka, Mataji.
Where it is?
Spiritual world.
It's not a spiritual world. I mean, spiritual world, yes, but where?
Above Brahma Lokana.
But in between the material world and the spiritual world, in between it is there.
In between. Okay, so
Vaikuntha Loka.
it's not Vaikunta. It's definitely
North Pole.
not in Vaikunta. We'll see. So, in this material universe, I don't know how clear this is going to be, the Gologa chart, but let's try. Co-host, are you able to? It's small, na? How do I zoom it? Okay, so we know the spiritual world. How is the spiritual world? Okay, somewhere. It's not going up. Okay, so yeah, it's not clear, but at least something is better than nothing. Okay, so you see Garbhodaksha ocean, the Garbhodsaya Vishnu, and the 14 planetary system. Okay, so that is this whole egg-like shape. That is the universe. No, this is our planet. Like this, there is millions of universe. Here is the Dhruva pole star. Here, this part. So here, who is there? So that means in the material world, but still not in the 14 planetary system. It's not still in the 14 planetary system, and it is a separate planetary system here. And who's here? Who's this? Not so clear, but still.
Kshirodakasha Vishnu.
Kshirodakasha Vishnu, right? So, Dhruva Maharaj is very, very fortunate. Dhruva Maharaj is very fortunate because he got a separate planetary system, separate Dhruva pole star. And what is the quality of this pole star? It will not get annihilated at the time of dissolution. So, isn't that great? Like Dhruva Maharaj, in 6 months he got the Lord. Why? Because of intense tapasya he have done and chanting the Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya mantra, and by the mercy of Narad Muni. So, we'll see how the spiritual world is. So, after the annihilation, it is said after that, Dhruva Maharaj is definitely going back to the spiritual world. So, when you go to the spiritual world, what is the good thing about the spiritual world? What is the benefit going to the spiritual world when compared to other heavenly planets?
There is no Punaravarti.
Will not come back again.
The chance to serve the Lord, Mataji.
You get a chance to serve the Lord and no more coming back again, right? Yat gatva nanivartande tadhamam paramamama. Once you go to ISKCON, when you join ISKCON also they say the same thing. Hey, she became Hare Krishna, Hare Rama. Now she's not going to come back. So this quality is there everywhere, like related to ISKCON. Like yat gatva nanivartande. So Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita also, न तद्भाषयते सूर्यो न शशाङ्को न पावकः यत् गत्वा निवर्तन्ते तद्धामं परमं मम. I think that's 15th chapter, sloka number 6 in Bhagavad Gita. न तद्भाषयते सूर्यो न शशाङ्को न पावकः. There is no Surya, that is sun. There is no moon or electricity in the spiritual world. Why? Okay,
The planet is self-effulgent.
Yeah, I'll just say all the co-hosts to be muted because you are co-host because you are scholars. So let's give chance to others to speak. So because you can speak after the class. So it's self-effulgent, and that effulgence is actually what? What is that effulgence coming from that spiritual world called as?
Krishna.
Krishna, but what is it? The Brahma Jyoti, the Brahman, right? So, because Krishna says, Brahmano Pradishta Aham, right? Brahmano Pradishta Aham. The Brahman is also situated on Krishna. So, yes, so that, as Madhuri said, is self-effulgent. What is it compared to? Thousands of sun rising. And yat gatvana nivartande tadhama paramam mama. Once you go there, no more coming back. So it's self-eliminating, and it is said those who reach it will never come to this material world. The supreme abode of the Lord is illuminated by sun, moon, fire, electricity, and those who reach there never return to the material world, because spiritual world is full of why there is no coming back, because why you don't come back from the spiritual world? Pious activities is in heavenly planets.
There is no bonding. There is no karma bonding.
Minal Mataji, everyone can unmute.
I was not able to, Mata. Hare Krishna.
Everyone can unmute.
There is no bonding will happen.
There is no bondage, no karma.
There is Sevananda Mataji.
There is Sevananda, very good.
Satchidananda.
Satchidananda. and there's full of varieties. Spiritual world is full of varieties. Even Krishna consciousness, Prabhupada says, you'll never get bored in Krishna consciousness. Why? If you're bored reading Prabhupada's book, you can hear a kirtan. If you're bored hearing a kirtan, you can do japa. If you're bored in the japa, you can have a devotee association. You're bored with devotee association, you can go and do deity worship. You're bored with deity worship, you can cook the bhoga. And they're never getting bored devotional services, honoring Krishna Prasadam. Nobody will get bored honoring Krishna Prasadam, right? Yeah, you can hear different kirtan, like different Maharajas have sang, so different kirtans can be heard. So there is variety. So variety is the mother of invention. Like this, so much of variety in the spiritual world that we will not get bored. That's why in material world also, when we serve Krishna, we give him variety. Krishna also wants variety. Krishna doesn't, means we are serving Krishna to the best of our ability. So there is variety. And this variety will give you what? So much of happiness. Prabhupada writes in the purport that there is so much of happiness in the spiritual world. Okay, so once you go there, no more coming back, because there is so much happiness. No, Dhruva Maharaj is going to get promoted to the Vaikuntha Loka, which is guaranteed by the Lord. And what is there? So much of happiness. Anandambudi Vardhanam Pradipadam Purnamradasvadanam. Every step there is so much of happiness in the spiritual sky. So why should somebody come back? Right? So it is said, Parama Karuna Bahudui Jana Nitai Gaura Chandra Sabavatara Sabavatara Sara Shiromani Kevala Ananda Kanda Kevala Nanda Kanda Kevala Nanda Kanda. So it says Nitai Gaurachandra are very merciful and the essence of all the incarnation, and this incarnation is giving you so much of joy. It's because we are chanting the holy name, you are dancing in the kirtan, which gives you so much of joy. Okay, all of you should just dance in the kirtan. Don't think about camera, don't think about people around you. It's for your soul. When you hear that kirtan, if you don't clap your hands, if you don't move, that means something is wrong with us. Yeah, something is wrong with us. So don't bother about others. You may not be a good dancer, but at least you can do Swami step. Prabhupada taught us the Swami step. Raise both the hands and just wave like your legs. So when you wave your legs and hands, all the planetary system gets purified in the kirtan. So Kevala Ananda Kanta, so much of happiness is there in the spiritual world. And why should we know about the spiritual world? Why is Krishna describing so much about the spiritual world? He says the spiritual world doesn't have the sun, moon, electricity. After going back, no more coming back. And also in Brahma Samhita he says, Chinta Mani Pragara Salma Dukalpa Vriksha Laksha Vadesha Surabir Apipalayandam Lakshmi Sahasrasada Sambrama Sevyamanam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Vajami. So why is Krishna saying that, oh, the spiritual world is with Chintamani stones, there is a desire tree, there is Surabhi cows full of milk, and why thousands of Lakshmis are serving Krishna? Why is Krishna saying so much about the spiritual world to us?
So that even we can go there by living this material world. So everyone will be eager to go there to the spiritual world.
But
the
just by
same
hearing,
is
can we go back?
same. But here, same thing is, and we are not pure, no, so we are attracted to these material things still. So,
No, why is
and get the same feel and our current living only like the Vaikuntha abode.
Okay, but Neeraja Mataji, you're almost close. You said that it's so we hear so that we want to go there. But what develops?
Our Shraddha will become more and more, so that we have to attain our goal. Means we will do our hard work. We'll make efforts to go back, Mataji.
Yeah.
We'll do a lot of sadhana.
So we'll have a desire to go back. Like for example, you want to go to Vrindavan Dham. Okay, first you should hear about Vrindavan Dham. If I come and say, you know, Vrindavan, so beautiful. There is Govardhan, it's like 25 kilometers, and there are cows. There is Yamuna. There is Uluk Bandhan Leela place where Damodar pastime happened. So many pastimes happened there. Kaliya Mardhan Leela, and so many things. And Vrindavan is so beautiful. Or about Navadip, Mayapur. When you keep telling, then you feel having a desire, no? Yes, once in my life I have to go to Vrindavan. That desire will come. Similarly, Krishna is explaining about his spiritual world so that we develop a desire to go back. Krishna is doing his pastimes of stealing butter and everything to attract the fallen conditioned soul. Krishna is playing the flute to attract the jiva. So why is Krishna doing all this? Describing the spiritual world so much so that we have a desire to go back. We have that desire. Array, what is there in this material world? Dukhalem ashashvatam. So much of problem. Yesterday we saw Puna Puna Charvida Charvananam, chewing the chewed. But in spiritual world, Prabhupada says, in spiritual world there is no work, there is no school, there is no college. So won't the children be attracted when they hear, you want to go to a place where there is no exam, no teachers, no books, no all the assignments, nothing. Do you want to go to that place? Definitely children will be happy, right? All the children. Or go to the college and the engineering college and says, you don't have to do any supplies, you don't have to do any semester, just come to a place where there is no college, nothing. You don't have to go for a job and work like ass or dog 24 hours. So won't you all get attracted? Or come to a housewife or you say, no cooking, no cleaning, no washing vessels and no washing of the clothes. Won't you be able to go there? Want to go there?
Yes.
Very much.
All of us, na? So all of us. So that's why Krishna is giving so much of clue about the spiritual world so that we have the desire to go back. Unless you hear, how will we have the desire, na? So we should hear or we should read Bhagavad Gita. And yes, as Hema Mataji said, if you go and say that you can just come to the spiritual world and you get whatever you want there. You come to that world, no job, no working hard, nothing. You don't have to do anything. Just relax there and not retirement. Do devotional service. Always chant the holy name, do kirtan, dress Krishna or make garlands for him or cook bhoga, prasadam, devotee association, so much of devotees. You know, sometimes you come for festivals. Last week when Mataji came, she's like, I don't feel like going back. She wants to stay in the temple. So much of happiness is there in this. This is just a glimpse. Temple is just a glimpse, a trailer. But the real picture abhi baki, like it's still in the spiritual world. So don't you feel like going there? That's why Krishna is explaining, right? So Krishna is explaining that, please come back. Krishna is calling us, but we are not bothered. We want to be in this Dukhalaya Shashvata only again and sink and sink and sink. But we have fallen from there. We were there, no? Just because we misused our minute independence, right? That's why we became jealous of Krishna and we fell down. So, but once you fall down, doesn't mean you can't go back. You can go back. And once you go back, no more coming back. So, Dhruva Maharaj, Krishna is going to take Dhruva Maharaj and all such pure devotees back home, back to Godhead. Prabhupada says here, right? At the end of complete dissolution, Dhruva Maharaj would go directly to Vaikuntha Loka, the planet of the spiritual sky. So he's going to that particular planet because it's Tadhama Paramamama. It's the greatest treasure or in the spiritual world, right, where we go, because it's transcendental to all the planets. It's very transcendental and it's the Vaikuntha planet. Okay, Vaikuntha means what? Vikata Kunta iti Vaikuntha. There is no Kunta or anxiety in the spiritual planet. But here there's a lot of anxiety. Why there is no anxiety in the spiritual planet? No anxiety. Why there is no anxiety?
Krishna is there.
Because
No?
everybody is in devotional.
There is no
Krishna
fear.
is there.
There is no fear, Mataji.
Krishna is there. If you see the Gopas, when Akasur came with a big, like a snake, and opened his mouth and sat, and the kids, all the Gopas wanted to go inside. They thought it's a cave, and they were jumping on the Akasur's tongue, and they were. Did you see that picture where Krishna and the boyhood, Krishna and the friends are going inside the mouth of Akasur? So did you see their face at that time? All of them? How were they? They were happy, right? Gopas going in the mouth of Akasura. So why are they so happy? Why were they so happy? Because they wanted to, because they know Krishna is there. Whatever happens, Krishna will protect, na? Okay, so that's why the Gopas, they were so happy, because even in that mouth of Akasura, when they were going, they had that confidence, Avashya Rakshive Krishna, Avashya Rakshive. Krishna will definitely protect me. So that is what it's needed. That is what is surrender is. Okay, but Mataji was asking me, Mataji, it's difficult, no, to surrender. Definitely it's difficult. But one quality we can have is Avashya Rakshive Krishna. So see this picture? Now you can see that all the Gopas, they're so happy. See her face? They're enjoying, they're dancing. when they were going inside the mouth of Aghasura. See, all of them going, no, very nicely, dancing in jubilation. And Krishna is there. Krishna knows they are going into the mouth of Aghasura. But still, now see, all of them are dancing and going. Like, Krishna, come, there's a new cave. We found out a new cave. Let's come, let's come. So this is what is needed, because they know Krishna is there. So in spiritual world, there is no anxiety, because you know Krishna is there. Like a small child, okay? A child, if the child is in an aeroplane which is driven by his father or her father, the child has so much confidence, my father is there, no? Or sometimes we go somewhere and we hold our parents' hand when we are small. We know my father is there. Or once Mataji was saying one example, one senior Vaishnavi, that it's 12 o'clock midnight, okay, and you're in IT field and you booked a cab to go back to your house from your job. So when you're going in the cab, the driver takes you through different shortcuts at 12 o'clock midnight, and then he's not going in the right way, but you know the GPS show this is not the right track. When you get, if it's a Mataji who's sitting, even Prabhus, they get worried. Why is he going? Arey bhaiya, why are you taking this route, that route? You can't go see that straight, na. But he'll be like, no, Mataji, there's a shortcut. I'm going through shortcut. But if it's a Mataji sitting behind in the cab, she'll be very worried because 12 o'clock midnight and the driver is taking her to somewhere. But in that same situation, if her elder brother is sitting in front, won't she sleep? If it is all of us, we would have slept and we would have snored. And when we reach our house, our elder brother will wake us up. Or for example, our husband, or for example, anybody, our relative is there, or who has who care for us, who's there with us. Then we are not worried. We know that person will protect us, whatever the driver does or not, but that person is there to protect us. So we can even aram se sleep. This happens in spiritual world. In spiritual world, we have Krishna. Anything you see Krishna face to face. Just imagine seeing Krishna face to face, seeing his beautiful form, the peacock feather and the flute and dhoti and his Vaijayanti mala, and you're there. What else you want? You don't want anything. Krishna is maintaining. Krishna is taking care. There is no hunger there. There is no material like kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, malsara. There's so much of happiness in the spiritual world. So when you hear this, won't you feel like going there? No, that's why we should read Shastras. When you read Shastras, you feel like having the desire, you have that desire. Won't you want to be one of the Gopas? Won't you want to be one of the Gopis, or a grass or a cow in the spiritual world to be with Krishna? Right? So we should hear or read Prabhupada's books so that we have that desire to go back home, back to Godhead. Right? And the flute sound, yes, definitely the flute sound. Krishna has different notes to call different, like 5-6 notes. When he calls the 5th note, the gopis come. The 6th note, then the cows, then for the jivas. Then he has notes for different, the gopas. So the flute sound, everything is transcendental in the spiritual world. So that's why Krishna says that we have to hear about the spiritual world. And definitely pure devotees are going back to the spiritual world. It's not easy for us to be there, but at least we try, because not in this, no, we should not leave. Like one of my friend is like, anyway, I'm not going to be pure devotee. Anyway, I'm not going to do Shuddhanam. Does that mean you leave ISKCON and go? Because you could not become 100% Krishna conscious in this life, do you want to leave this fortunate chance of Srila Prabhupada's shelter and go to the material life again and again? No. Takes few steps, na. That's how a child learns to walk. Few steps. One Janma, we started doing bhakti and we don't have patience. We want to become Uttama Adhikaris, all of us. So many Janmas we wasted for Maya and we are not bothered. But one Janma we can't give to Krishna. Give this one life to Krishna. And we don't have that faith in Krishna. Once I heard there is a Gaur Govinda Maharaj who is Prabhupada's disciple. He is a great disciple of Prabhupada, and he is the one who actually established ISKCON Bhubaneswar. ISKCON Bhubaneswar was the 108th temple Prabhupada established, the last temple Prabhupada established. It was a jungle, and Gaur Govinda Maharaj was called, and the first day when Prabhupada met Gaur Govinda Maharaj, he said, "You're going to take sannyas, I'm going to give you sannyas." And everybody's like, first time Prabhupada just didn't even ask his name. He asked, "Did you take sannyas? I'll give you sannyas." And Prabhupada gave him sannyas and sent him to Bhubaneswar and said, "Establish ISKCON there." So he went. It was a jungle area and a small hut was created first. Prabhupada came there, laid the foundation stone, and Prabhupada said, "In future, whoever goes to Puri or definitely will miss it, ISKCON Bhubaneswar, and it's going to be one of the greatest centers. And it's a proof. Now we can see ISKCON Bhubaneswar. Those who came with us to Jagannath Puri, we have gone there. And near to that, most of them didn't come. I went actually. That was Gaur Govinda Maharaj Samadhi next to the temple. Gaur Govinda Maharaj is a special soul, very special. He was in Mahabhava stage. Prabhupada knew that. And Gaur Govinda Maharaj, why I said this, his faith in Krishna is so strong that once he got a preaching opportunity, a home program. So initially, Prabhupada said, how I made ISKCON, you also have to make the temple. That means I will not give you any capital. I will not give you any money. You become a sannyasi and you go around and ask people to donate and you make a temple. I won't give you any help. So, but Prabhupada sent a disciple with him to help. Okay, I forgot his name. So Gaur Govinda Maharaj and this disciple, this god brother was there together and they got a home program. And it was late night. And when they go to the home program, come back, it will be already late. And because it's a jungle area, thieves were always there, robbers. So they had a small Gaurnitai deities for worship and they had these paraphernalia to worship the Gaurnitai deities. Nothing much. But still, the friends, Gaur Govinda Maharaj's friend said, we won't go for the home program because by the time we come back, it will be late night and everything will be stolen. The thieves will definitely come and take. And he was going on telling, please drop this home program. Gaur Govinda Maharaj was like, no, this is a rare opportunity to say Krishna Katha. When we get a chance to speak Krishna Katha, don't miss that. And Gaur Govinda Maharaj is in such a way that if he don't speak about Krishna one day, he'll get headache. For us, it's ulta. Speak about Krishna, we get headache. We read Prabhupada's book, we get sleep. Now I've seen one Mataji, she's reading Prabhupada's book at 11:30 night and she sleeps and read. I'm like, Mataji, don't do this. You're offending Prabhupada by doing this. Prabhupada's books is not your sleeping pill. It is to be read when you're really active. Why we sleep? That's because we don't have taste in it. Do you sleep when you watch a movie of your favorite star? Do you sleep when you are in front of prasadam? Because you like it, you love it. Similarly, you have to start loving scriptures, falling in love with Srila Prabhupada instead of falling in love with so many material things in this world. So, Gaur Govinda Maharaj went on saying to him, don't worry, Krishna will protect. Avashya Rakshabe Krishna. It's Krishna's, Gauritai will protect themselves. If the robbers come and steal, no, he didn't even have an option. He's like, no, nobody will come. Come, we'll go for the home program. And it was raining very badly and somehow they went for the home program, finished prasadam and came back. While coming back, for their surprise, they saw big dogs sitting on either side of the ashram. And Gaur Govinda Maharaj just saw them and Gaur Govinda Maharaj just said, see how Krishna sends people to protect the ashram. So the other devotee was so shocked because he was sure that robber would have come and stolen everything. But just a small instance where, and after that, they never saw that dogs. Nobody saw such huge dogs in that place ever. And the dogs were actually guarding that ashram. So Gaur Govinda Maharaj, when he left his family and took sannyas, he had so many daughters, I think 5 or 6 daughters and a wife, and he was a teacher by profession, but he resigned everything and he said, Krishna will take care. Krishna will maintain. Avashya Rakshebe Krishna. That's the faith of a surrendered soul. We don't have that faith. That's why we are still in this material world. So he had that faith. And if he put a signature, because since he was working as a teacher, he'll get some pension for his wife, it seems. With that, she can live. But since he took sannyasi should not see his wife after that. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu didn't meet his wife after taking sannyas, but he met his mother, Sachi Mata. That can be done. Sannyasi can meet his mother, but not a wife. So he didn't meet the wife and he said, Krishna will take care. And as he said, after few months, a rich person came to that house and married the elder daughter, Gaur Govinda Maharaj's elder daughter, and he took care of all the whole family and everyone got married nicely and got settled. So this is how Krishna takes care. So, but then that faith should be there. So in spiritual world, as in 15th chapter, first sloka says, Urdha Moolam Atashagam Ashwatham Prahuravyayam Chandamsi Yasya Parnani Yastam Veda Savedavid. Urdha Moolam Atashagam. It's an inverted banyan tree, right? So in this material world, whatever is lowest in the material world become highest in the spiritual world. Okay? So those who are in my Bhakti Shastri class yesterday, don't answer this, but it's the same question I asked. What is considered to be the highest in the material world? What is everyone behind?
Money.
Money. Then
Hence enjoyment.
only money.
Fame.
Power.
Fame, power.
Fame, power, position, knowledge, whatever. So all this money, that's the highest in the material world. Now that becomes the lowest in the spiritual world because it's inverted, na? So what becomes the highest in the material world, that's money, fame, power, position, becomes the lowest in the spiritual world. Nobody wants money. Why do you want money in the spiritual world? That's Krishna, right? Then what is the lowest in the material world become highest in spiritual world? What is that? What is lowest in the material world?
Devotional
Serving
service.
Krishna.
Personal service, love for God.
Love for God.
Love
In
for
which
God.
way?
Bhakti.
Which love? There are Madhurya ras, two types of Madhurya ras. Which is that? Two types of Madhurya ras.
Parakiya, Mataji.
Parakiya.
Swakya and Swakya.
Swakira.
Swakya.
Parakiya and Swakiya. So Sunita Mataji, what is Parakiya?
It's like paramour, Mataji.
Paramour
Husband and
means?
wife, yeah. Paramour love.
Paramour means? You can explain to them.
Extramarital affection, Mataji.
Extramarital. So in the material world, if there is a husband and wife, and a wife or a husband has a lover outside marriage, a relationship outside marriage, might be for the husband or the wife, that is considered to be the cheapest in the material world, right? That's like illicit, in the sense extramarital affairs, and that's like the cheapest in the material world. But since it's inverted, it becomes the highest in the spiritual world, in the sense the paramar love or paragiya rasa with Krishna, the gopis. Shri Radha Govinda ki jai, Gaur Nitai ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So, but we should not drag it down. The paragiya rasa in the material world is just for sense gratification, nothing else. But in the spiritual world, it's not for sense gratification. That we should know. That's pure love for the gopis. So, whatever is seen in the material world, our money, our position, our fame, our relatives, and our education and degrees which we hold, it's the cheapest in the spiritual world. So, let it go. And then whatever is cheapest in the material world, the like prema bhakti or the pure bhakti, that's highest in the spiritual world. So let's grab it. Like Dhruva Maharaj initially was a neophyte. He wanted money. He was a Kanishtadhikari. But in 6 months, he became a pure devotee and went back home, back to Godhead. We can't be like that. But at least, let's use few janmas to go back to Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I request all the co-hosts to add. Sukriti Mataji, anything about the spiritual world, material world?
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Spiritual world is interesting, Mataji. Like the moment you read the Goloka chart and all, I was so interested, like where exactly we'll go back after this. Then
Yes.
The petals in the Goloka Vrindavana is the place where all gopis reside. That was all interesting. Hare
Very nice. So it's interesting, definitely interesting, because Krishna is there, and Krishna is the reservoir of all pleasure. Why do we get so much happiness after coming to Krishna consciousness? Because we are associating with the supreme happiness, Krishna. Krishna is the reservoir, Akhila Rasamrita Murti. He is full of, like you go and take a gulab jamun and put in your mouth. Can you taste any other sweet? You take any other sweet, it will not sweet better, because you tasted the highest. Param Drishtva Nivartande. Stay high forever. You've got the highest taste. So you have come to Krishna, you got the highest taste from Krishna, no more going back. That's what happens in spiritual world. Yes, Hare Krishna, Gunashri Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Yeah, like Mataji said, the Goloka chart itself, like, you know where you are in that thing, and like, how fortunate you are to get the association of the Vaishnavas and the blessings of the spiritual master, Mataji.
Yeah, actually we are so fortunate, as Mataji said, because in Goloka chart, did you see one thread which connects the material world to the spiritual world? The Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Gologera Premadan Harinam Sankirtan. We have got that mantra, we have got that Harinam, right? So are we not so fortunate? Just by chanting the holy name, we can go back home, back to Godhead, right? Yes, Danya Mataji, Danya Dharmeshri Mataji. Mataji takes Tamil Bhagavatam. Yes, Mataji, anything?
Mataji, I'm doing Bhog. I'm doing some.
Okay. Yeah, take care. Yes, Lalita, Vinodini Mataji. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, like practically we can see the difference here. It's only, there's no pure love. Like it's only give and take. You give me something, then I will love you. If you don't give me, then I don't. Immediately, the hatred comes. Like there, it is not like that. It's pure love with the Lord. The relationship is only with the Lord. So it is permanent. It is pure, and it is always a happiness. It gives only happiness.
Yes.
No misery at all.
So as Mataji said, all the relationship is like that. What is there in it for me? Now that's what we see. If I have a friendship with this person, what will I get back? Or if I help this person today, tomorrow will that person help? So it's just give and take, as Mataji said. And once that give stops, then that relationship is gone there in the material world. Sureshwar Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Anything to add? Okay, might be he's traveling. Yeah, somebody had a question. No problem. So Prabhu goes to work and he hears Bhagavatam in the car when he goes for work. That's good. Yes, Hema Mataji, you have any question?
The class was very fun and you developed the taste about the spiritual world. So my question is to simple opening. Will we be able to have such taste of Kirtan? Because Jayapataka Maharaj will come now. So
Yeah.
will you in Madhurika Devi Das, because she came in the temple of Rome?
I don't know, because normally Prabhu likes Prabhupada's tune. Prabhu really likes Prabhupada's tune. And Prabhu said that in the Thompson Square Park in New York, Prabhupada sat for 3 hours, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. and with his kartal, he had the same tune. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Just one tune. So Prabhu is like, don't go for extra things in Kirtan, because the Kirtan means hearing the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and one tune means your mind can get immersed in that tune. So Prabhu doesn't like change of tunes, as far as I came to know. But yes, that's true. Then Prabhu actually said that on Sundays, this Sunday feast, here every Sunday we have Prabhupada's tune. 1 hour, 1.5 hours, 2 hours, same tune. And you will really start liking that. So I don't know, Mataji. Anyway, definitely the Kirtan team will be here. And we are planning. Yesterday also we had a meeting about that. Prafulla Mataji, but all of you please plan to come.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you Mataji. Actually, ISKCON temples are like that blissful and happiness centers, Mataji.
Yes.
And one question I want to ask, that whether after his material pastimes, Dhruvaloka went with Vishnu to the camp and took Dhruva Maharaj and his mother. So where they went, Mataji?
Actually, first they went to the Dhruvaloka and later on they went to the spiritual world. That's what Prabhupada mentions, no? Initially they went to the Dhruvaloka. So, somebody was asking, yeah. So about lust and love, yes, in the spiritual world there's only love, and in the material world it's lust. Atmendriya tripti vancha karana kam, Krishnendriya priti icha tarakali prem. So Atmendriya, if you start to satisfy your senses, Atma Indriya, it's kama, lust. But Krishnendriya tripti vancha, if you try to satisfy Krishna, it is prema, love. So love is there only in the spiritual world actually. And Prabhupada says Krishna's love is like millions of mothers' love put together. So a mother loves the child unconditionally, not expecting anything, right? So that's what is in the spiritual world. Okay, so yes, if you hear Harikatha, you read Prabhupada's book, you feel relaxed and then you sleep. That is different thing. Because why you feel relaxed? Because you know Krishna is there. Avashya Rakshabe Krishna. Like you slept in the 12 o'clock midnight in the cab when you know your elder brother is there, no matter what the driver does. So like that, when you know Krishna is there to protect you, then you can sleep aramse without any anxiety. But that sleep for a devotee should be that tomorrow I have to get up and do my japa and do service, so that my body needs rest. So that should be the attitude of a devotee when he takes rest. Okay, Hare Krishna, I think we can end here. Thank you everyone for joining. Vancha kalpatarubhesha kripa sindhubhe evacha patitana pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Anand Kodi Vaishnavanti ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Grandhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Beautiful class, Mataji. Thank you so much, Mataji.